All right. Okay. Hello there. Just give me a second here while I set up the stream here. Just give me a second. Hello, and welcome to another stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Just setting up some audio here. We've got some extra stuff going on today, so just making sure that everything here is on point. So that's pretty much all. All right, guys. Okay. Welcome to today's stream. When I say today's stream, I know I was live a couple of hours ago, but the point of the stream is just what I promised you in the last stream. We're gonna land this Stationair. We're gonna keep landing it till it's butter. Right? That is the whole point. We're gonna keep landing it till it's butter. Now today we've got a special guest on the stream here today with me. Baby Benny, as he goes by, he's on the stream with us today. So hello there. How are you doing, Benny?
Hello. I'm well. How are you guys?
Great, man. Good to have you on our stream here. So he's a fellow aviation enthusiast. EM, hello. What a morning. Hello there, EM. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Glad to catch you on stream. And today we have a friend with me on stream as well, Benny. Benny, say hello to EM here.
Hello, EM. Nice to see you again on the stream. I've been following this channel and I've seen you on there for a while now. It's nice to have some returning viewers.
Great. So Benny is basically a fellow aviation enthusiast and a flight sim geek, just like I am. And I've invited him today on today's stream just so we can keep the conversation going and have some fun stuff here for you today. Let me just reduce the volume on that. Give me a second here. There we go, much better. So yeah, that is basically today's agenda. Today's agenda is us landing this damn thing. All right. Now, because see, you get the point though, right? I mean, look at this aircraft. Look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's literally angled like a tail dragger, right?
It is indeed.
So how do you That's why I can't land it. Like every time I try to land it, I mess it up and I get the speed wrong and whatever. And this is what was happening in the last stream, where I tried to land this. So you know what? I need my redemption. That is why we're here today to reattempt it. Right? Makes sense, right?
Yep. Well, which Cessna is this exactly though?
This is the Stationair. Now it's T207A Stationair 8, as you can see. From the decal here, and I believe it's from the 80s or the 90s. I'm not entirely sure. You know what? We could pop that up in a window or something, and we'll take a look at it in just a second, just to get a little history on the Cessna going, right?
Yeah, sure.
So we can take a look at that. You know what, Benny?
Cessna. Yeah.
How about this? Why don't you pull up like a little Wikipedia history on the
yes, I have it open right now.
All right, could you just send me the link and then I can pop it open on the stream or something?
Yeah, sure. I'll just send it over.
Perfect. In the meantime, here we are, guys. We're taking a look at this airport that we're at, a regional airport that is Iqaluit, if I'm not completely butchering that name. It is called Iqaluit. Iqaluit is how it's spelled. I am going to call it Iqaluit for today's stream here. I don't even know what the code is, which is kind of dismal from me. But let me take a look at some Wikipedia history here of this thing. Now, the Cessna. Okay, the Cessna Stationair. So this is the wrong model of Stationair, though. This is like the 206H Stationair. So we need the one for.
Oh, that's the only one available. Like
okay.
It talks about the 205, 206, and 207.
Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, we have the T207A, so I guess it's the 207 that we're talking about. Right. Okay. Exactly. So we'll talk about that in a bit. I got that page open. But for the time being, let's take a look. Let's take a quick look around at the airport here. Are you able to see this? Baby Benny, are you able to see this?
Yes, I can.
Very nice. Okay, so there it is. That's the name of the airport here. I have no idea where exactly this place is. I'm assuming this is somewhere in Canada. Am I right in thinking that? I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
Ah,
It's CYFB.
Oh, thank you very much. CYFB, you say?
Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. Let's take a look around inside this place. Man, that is nice. Must be some sort of local art style, I'm guessing. It's a modeled aircraft. I mean, it's not modeled brilliantly here, but, you know, somewhat modeled. Enough to give us a sense of us being in an airport, I suppose. I mean, yeah, that's enough, right?
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I mean, as long as you're flying in an aircraft and you pop up on the other side. Well, hello there, Anas. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing, mate? I missed you on the last stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is a fun day. Today's a fun little stream. I'm having fun already, and nice to have you on board. Welcome. So yeah, we've got a Nolinor. I don't know what on earth a Nolinor is, but yeah, there's a Canadian aircraft there. Nolinor 737, the older classic variant, whichever it is, 600, 500, I don't know. But yeah, just a quick look around this handcrafted airport too, by the way, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Would you guess that, Benny? Anna says, I'm well. Yes, I was asleep. Oh, mate, come on. What do you mean by you're asleep? that doesn't count. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. That's great of you to be here. So yeah, that's basically where we are, ladies and gents. Cargo jet. That is a 767 right there.
So, Nolinor Aviation is a charter airline, apparently, based in a suburb of Montreal in Quebec, Canada.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Very nice. Very nice. It's nice having you on stream, man. It is nice having you on stream. It makes it fun. Anyway, okay. So we're back to the crux of the day, the Stationair, which, to be honest, in my opinion, is a very nice aircraft, especially considering it comes with MSFS 2024, and it is fun, but it's a little bit tricky for me to land. Anyway, it's just going to be my second flight with it anyway, so. Okay, without further delay, let's just jump in here into the cockpit here. We'll get the aircraft started. We'll zoom around the area for a little bit, and then we'll keep coming in for landings, have a little bit of fun with it, and we'll talk about random crap as we usually do, or at least we should start doing that. How does that sound to you, Benny?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now this particular model, the Model 207, it has 7 or 8 seats, and as you can tell here, we have a 8-seater variant of this. Okay.
All right.
So it is basically a stretched version of the 206 that came before it. They just literally added like 45 inches to the fuselage and 18 inches to the nose section there. As just to improve the baggage.
New model.
That's basically what they did. So, you know, it's much longer, as you can tell, than your average Cessna.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and guess what? It is not even the 80s and the 90s. I had this wrong. It was introduced in 1969, mate. Oh. God, that's an old aircraft, man. that is from the 70s. Right? It doesn't. 60s. Yeah, we're basically late. Like 69 is basically, I guess, you could call it like the 70s at this point. But but by God, look at that. I mean, I thought this was 80s, 90s, but hey, it's basically 70s here. But the seat is really nice. The upholstery is really nice. Interior work is very, very nice, as you can tell. Very nice stuff. Very, very nice stuff. Got interaction available on the shade there. Can we open the doors? Will we jump outside? I think we're going to jump outside. So we're just going to... No, we won't. Let's see. Oh, look at that. We can even crack open that window there. I didn't know that. We can crack open that door. It's a nice aircraft all in all, considering it's included with the... Look at that. That is brilliant, isn't it? Very nice. Okay.
It's designed pretty elaborately.
It is. It's done quite nicely, eh? It even look at the level of detail on that compass and the what is this? It's not a compass.
Yeah.
What is it? An air temperature. It's a thermometer. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Isn't that cool, man?
Yeah, it is. That
is pretty dope. That is pretty dope. The textures are absolutely amazing as well. That is That is a nice little thing right there, huh? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was actually introduced in 1969. And originally it had a 300 horsepower engine, which was then changed to a turbocharged version with the same output, actually. So it was initially called the Skywagon, and then they changed it to Stationair. So yeah, it's pretty much your run-of-the-mill elongated Cessna, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and get this bad boy started up. Now, to get this started up is a piece of cake. You turn on your nav lights. You can turn on your beacon lights here because we're going directly to engine start anyway. You got your engine selector on the left tank, and we do have some amount of fuel in the left tank, if I'm being honest. But it's not too much, is it? We need to turn on the batteries to check. So we're going to turn on the batteries. We're going to turn on the pump here. I'm going to turn that on as well. Let's turn on avionics master. The fuel is still not coming to. Okay, let's just go ahead and start the engines as well then. There we go. I still have no indication of the fuel. What? Oh, there it is. I see the needles now. Oh, my bad. Hold on a second. My bad. Is it starting up? Yeah, it started up, right? What?
Yeah, it is.
It keeps buggering off.
No,
Oh,
I believe
sorry.
it is starting up.
My bad. My bad. It's because I had the mixture on fully lean, so that is my bad. My bad. My
You got
bad.
nothing to start off on.
I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so we can turn off the emergency fuel pumps, the auxiliary fuel pumps. We don't need that in a high. Cowl flaps today are supposed to be okay. We'll leave them open. Why not? We can bring our flaps down here to. Oh, that's a little too much. Yeah, there we go. So let's take a look at our fuel indicator here. For some reason, you see how the needles literally disappear. Look at that. That is so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not good. That is not good
That's
news.
just an issue with the model, I believe.
It might be the model, or it might just be the flight sim doing that. But as you can tell, we've got roughly half tank on both the fuels. Since today is probably we're gonna screw around quite a bit, I'm going to go ahead and load it up a little bit here. So go to fuel. We're just gonna make it 75 and load an aircraft. There we go. That's much better. Just remind me when the fuel runs low on the left tank, we gotta switch it up to the right tank.
Sure.
I nearly
No
forgot to
problem.
do that in the last stream, and the engine stalled.
I saw that. You landed in the water.
Yeah, so that is rough. Oh no, I'm not talking about that stream where I landed under the bridge. I'm talking about the one I just had a couple of hours ago. The same issue happened.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to switch the tanks, and we nearly went off the rails, but luckily for us, yeah, it was good. Okay, Peter.
I have a question though.
Go ahead.
What if you butter the first landing?
That is a
The
good
stream just
question.
ends then.
What if I butter the first landing? If he's like, ladies and gentlemen, that was really nice. I'll see you. No. We'll find something to do. We might we'll screw around a little bit more on the aircraft, and then we might even change the aircraft, have a bit of fun around the area. You know, we're now on stream and might as well make the best out of it, right?
Oh, Ian just texted us.
Is that right? He's on chat. What difference between C208 and T208A? T208 bigger and can carry more stuff. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what. No, wait. The C208 you're talking about. Are you talking about the Caravan? Because the Cessna Caravan is a completely different story to the.
But also, this is a 207, not a 208.
That's correct. This is a 207, not a 208.
Yeah.
This is 207, and let's go outside one more time just to show you this. It's basically like the 152 except an elongated version and with a more powerful engine, if I'm not wrong. And it's from the 1960s, 70s, essentially.
The Cessna 208 are all Caravans.
Yes,
And
correct.
the C and T are just versions of the Caravan.
Yeah. So Cessna 208 is a large aircraft that can carry multiple people. It's almost like a regional carrier, not exactly, but it's much larger than this and more powerful, and They're not exactly similar at all. T207.
Isn't it more of a corporate jet?
The 208.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a corporate jet. It's I wouldn't call it a corporate jet. But yeah.
If it wasn't a Cessna, you would have.
If it wasn't a Cessna, maybe I might have. But yeah, it's still a propeller aircraft. It's just a turboprop aircraft. You know, it's a workhorse basically. So yeah, EM, the T07, which is this one, is not bigger than the 208, which is the Caravan, if I'm not thoroughly mistaken. Anyway, okay, so we're pretty much sat here with our lights all ready. Yeah, I mean T207. Yes. So yeah, let's just taxi out to the runway here. Let me take a look at a little nav map. Where's the little nav map here? Let me show you guys a little nav map.
And also, please do tell us what the approach is. Are you gonna come in back for landing?
Yeah, we're gonna take off here and coming back for landings, just having a bit of fun. So if you look at little nav map, I hope you guys can see it. We're here parked. We should take off from runway 34 today into the headwind, and then we'll come back around and land into runway 34 again. So we're just gonna take off, loop back around, come back over the water, and into 34 again we go. So that's basically today's plan until we butter it. If we butter it, we'll see what we can do after that. Yeah?
All right.
So that sounds
I'm a bit sleepy, so I'll be hoping you butter it the first time.
Oh goodness, no, that doesn't count. That doesn't count, Benny. You gotta stay in here and keep this stream entertaining. But anyway, let's jump in here. Let's jump in here without further delay. Let us jump in here. Okay. I'm going to release the parking brakes. I've released them, and we're rolling very, very slightly here. Just gonna crack open the throttle here. Cracked open the throttle there, and let's turn ourselves around. We should get a 767. Anas says, good morning to you too. Oh, right. He's responding to EM, saying hello. Okay, great. How the hell do we get out of here? Oh, okay. Let's just follow the taxiway. So yeah, I was thinking, Benny, I should get a 767, right? I want to get a 767, man.
Yeah, sure. But before the 767, don't you really want to get the A350 or the A380?
That's a good point, because considering that we already have two Boeing aircraft that I fly, like the 737 and the 777.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for Airbus to show up a little bit more on the channel.
You only have, I believe, a single Airbus which is study level.
I have never bought. Okay, so I have the A310, which comes free with the simulator, obviously.
All right.
Then what else do I have? I've got the fly-by-wire A320. I've never spent money on an A320 airline, an Airbus airliner, have I? That is not good. We need to.
Interesting.
The house of
So
Airbus.
what about the A380? Wasn't that paid though?
No, the Airbus A380 is fly-by-wire. It's free.
Oh.
It is free. So, yeah. Anyway, here we are.
It turns around really fast.
It does. I mean, below a certain speed, it turns around fast. But during taxi, it's very slippery. Like it doesn't respond to brakes. Yeah, it's a funny little aircraft, this thing. And you can see that the viewpoint from the cockpit is so funny.
Yeah.
Because of the angle. But the engine sounds are amazing. You can't deny that, right?
Yeah.
Engine sounds are brilliant. Okay. Here goes on strobe lights, landing lights, cowl flaps. You know what? I'm going to keep them closed for today. I don't really want them open for takeoff. Why not? Keep them closed. Our landing light, what the hell? It's on one side? What on earth?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The other one's fused up, I guess.
It's not even there. It just has lights on one side. So I don't really know, man. I don't really know. Okay.
You just flew the same aircraft in the last live, right?
Yeah, the one that happened just a couple of hours ago. That was my first
did
ever.
It have
Sorry?
Did it have landing lights?
No,
Both
it
sides?
was just one side. I mean, that's how the
Oh.
aircraft is. The aircraft only has landing lights
kind
on
of
one
sad.
side. I mean, it's just how it was designed
What
anyway.
if you have to turn it to the right to land?
I'm sorry,
The
mate.
final is towards the right.
No,
In Nukla, for example. So
no.
you land without lights.
You're
at
landing
night.
without lights. If you want to eliminate what's in front of you, you gotta tilt your wing. That's what you do. Come in crabbing. Okay, let's release that parking brake and let's go in for the first loop and see how we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, released parking brake. Engines up. Opening up the throttle. Okay. We're on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. $60 knots. I think that's enough for this thing to take off, isn't it? Oof.
Probably, yeah.
Look at this thing, man. It's so freaking... Okay, I'm just gonna put the flaps up. I really don't know how to fly this thing properly, do I? I'm just messing around here. I think that's the view I should stick with to land it. I mean, this is the best view for me, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
So,
what's the default one?
the default one is terrible. I'll show you that in a second. Let me just get the autopilot to hold this thing. I'll ask it to hold altitude here. And I'll cut down my throttle slightly to 90%.
I don't think you're really holding up altitude.
I am.
Oh.
It's just the terrain is a little bit funny, so it makes you
Yeah.
feel like you're not holding altitude when you're actually doing it. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn back on the heading here. Try and get this thing turning this way. Hopefully it's not gonna crash into anything on the side. Okay, there isn't anything on the side. We're very low right now, but that's okay. I just wanna set up the views for me to use. You know what I mean?
For the replay?
Not for the replay. For just sitting in the cockpit. Just sitting in the cockpit.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up, don't you think? Hopefully we don't crash into anything. We should probably yeah, we should arm that. There we go. That's much better. That is much better. Okay, and we're flying parallel to the runway now, effectively. Very nice. Okay, great. So you asked me what the default view for the Cessna is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the default view is this. Yeah, you can't see a thing. Like, you can't see a thing, man.
Yeah.
So you gotta go up a little bit, and you gotta basically.
How are you expected to land with this view? Like you can take off, I guess, but
I don't know, man.
you have no visual at all.
I genuinely have no idea how they do it.
It's not like it has the auto land feature,
That
which
is
lands it for you.
that is beyond its time. I mean, that is way ahead of its time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the runway parallel to us. The idea is for me to go out and come back around the water and try our first landing, right?
Yep.
So we're climbing
That's
out
the
right now.
airport right there.
That is the airport right there. I'm just gonna hold the altitude here. I don't want to climb any higher. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold the altitude here at 1,400. That doesn't make any sense. Did we calibrate the? Oh, it is calibrated. Goodness me. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I think because you're over sea now, so
Yeah, I guess so.
it's probably gonna be sea level.
Wait, hold on. Are we playing this live time? What's going on here? It is 23:0. What? It's 12 o'clock. It's 11 p.m. At Iqaluit.
Oh yeah.
That is
It is
11 p.m. Dude,
I guess.
the sun hasn't set yet. Goodness me.
Yeah, it's because in the
It's up north.
like
there.
towards the North Pole, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Really far up north. That's what happens.
Yeah, makes sense.
And this aircraft is beautiful with its singular landing light.
It does look. It is modeled really nicely though. Look at that, right?
Yeah, but it looks pretty ugly. Not gonna lie.
Ah, because
Especially
of one side.
because that landing light doesn't do it justice.
Ah, I see your point, but I gotta say,
It's also got some.
I'm a fan of the old livery though.
Like the retro-looking
The
livery or the aircraft?
The retro livery. I mean, I also like retro aircrafts quite a lot, but this one in particular is a pain in the butt, you know?
Yeah.
This one is a pain in the butt. It's a weird thing. I mean, look at how low
Even
the
the-
window is. You gotta literally scoot down to have a look at anything. So that's kind of weird. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I think it's an okay aircraft considering it comes free with 2024. I think in 2020 it's one of those that you have to buy from the marketplace.
Marketplace?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring this thing in for a landing. Shall we try our first touch and go now? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, mate. Here we go. I'm gonna turn that 90 degrees. Once I have somewhat of a visual of the airport, I'm just gonna turn off everything and try and command it to manually come in. Yeah.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Oh, since it's 31st May, I just wanted to drop in something for you. So today is the anniversary of the first aircraft flight across the Pacific.
Oh.
It was done on 31st May 1928 by Charles Kingsford Smith.
Okay, and do you know which aircraft he flew?
He flew a 3-engine Fokker monoplane.
Ah, okay.
Yes. And he departed from Oakland, California, and landed in Brisbane, Australia, over the Pacific.
You know what?
Which is a really long flight.
Yeah, it's a long flight.
Yeah.
Even by today's standard, that's a long flight. To
Yeah.
do that in an old Fokker aircraft, that is something else.
He's one crazy man.
That is a crazy man. That is a crazy man right there. We can see the runway right now. We'll turn in when it's time. But I think I read about that. I believe that triplane, that exact triplane that he used to cross, was the inspiration behind the Ford Trimotor. You know the Ford Trimotor, right?
Yes.
I believe that is the inspiration behind
Probably.
it. Yeah.
That would make sense.
As a matter of fact, I believe Henry Ford himself, is it Henry Ford or whoever the guy is,
Yeah, it
basically
is
Mr.
Henry
Ford. Yeah, I don't know if it's the original or the junior, but Mr. Ford himself actually bought that Fokker plane from this guy, if I'm not wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's something
Oh.
like that related to the Trimotor. Okay, so we can see the airport right now. We need to turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Yes.
turn off autopilot. We are going to turn this in, fly the noob style. Engine down to 50%. Let me push our RPM up to max here. Preparing for landing.
I would not want to be in that aircraft right now.
Oh, come on, mate. I mean, look, don't lie. Flying with me would be fun. I mean, if you're a passenger who didn't know what was going on, I understand your life would be hell. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it would be a good time. Like, okay, you already know that I'm crazy. And if you were sitting with me, you know, okay, I'm not that bad. You know, you get my point?
Yeah.
I guess you'd understand that, like, oh, you know, I know what I'm doing in a way. So let's slow this thing down to 105 just so I can bring the flaps down a little bit. Okay?
All right.
We're coming in very, very low, unnecessarily low. So it's going to open up the throttle here. Try and maintain a bit of altitude and speed for us. Flaps are down. Brilliant. Gonna bring the flaps down to full here. There we go. That should help slow us down here. Engine's down to 50%. I'm supposed to land this thing around 70 to 60 knots. The problem is I always come in too quickly because I'm always
Yeah.
scared of stalling it. So I just keep doing that instead. So for the time being, I think we're okay.
Why don't you come in slow and then come in higher? Wouldn't that make it easier?
Yeah, I guess so. But for now, I guess we can just hold the altitude here.
Yeah, sure.
Hold the altitude. I'm hand flying it right now, by the way, just to be clear. Okay, that's not too bad a view. I can land it like this, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Let's find out. We're on 50%. We're on 50% throttle, RPM max, fuel mixture max, flaps down full, cowl flaps closed.
Can you just check your fuel tank once more?
Unfortunately, right now, if I check my fuel tank, we're in trouble.
All right, not an issue.
Yeah, we're in trouble. But yeah, I'm glad you're reminding me about that thing. But we have some time to go before we need to worry about it. if I'm being honest. About like
Hopefully.
45 minutes before we need to switch tank, even with crazy usage.
All right.
I'm gonna crack open the throttle here just a little bit, so I can gain just a bit of altitude, just enough to point our nose. Okay, just enough to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to say though, the engine sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I have to say, this is really fun having you here, man. It's really fun having you in the cockpit. It's really fun having you in the cockpit. I feel like we should fly like this more often.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, don't you think?
It's really nice to be here.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be on this
It's an honor,
blessed channel of yours.
That's Benny blowing some smoke. But let's go in for the landing here. We're coming in a little quicker, actually, about the speed that you'd expect. And I have to remember that the aircraft by default, it already has a slightly nose up angle here. So that's something I have to account for here. Apart from that, it's a very smooth approach. Let's just hope our landing can match, yeah? Okay. Coming into land, Benny, any final thoughts?
Best of luck.
Best of luck. All right. Oh God, that's already looking terrible right now. Let's find out.
Oh.
Cutting throttles. Oh. Okay. Oh, that is not terrible. That is not the worst landing in the world, huh?
Yeah.
We're just gonna give it full throttle. And we're going to
So
put that.
technically, you buttered it. If you don't talk about the unusual pitch up there you had.
Yeah, was that? Okay. So here's the thing. We didn't have any. We didn't have any sky dolly running, did we?
Oh, I have no idea.
So you know.
You gotta do it again anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again anyway. So. Yeah. So let's just climb out here. We're just gonna climb out here, nice and easy. Give me a second here.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Okay, just sorting out some stuff here. Climbing out as usual. Climbing out. Let's climb to the left, right? That's what we did last time?
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
Yeah, you went to the left and then you took a loop back in.
Took a look back in. That sounds good.
I do have a suggestion though.
Okay.
Even if you don't, for example, have a proper flight plan,
Okay.
you might want to add something to the stream bar up there at the top.
Ah, right,
'Cause then
right,
it
right.
does give the values for the altitude and the speeds and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay. So you want me to just add something so that...
Yeah, you can just add the iCal for this place at CYFB.
I can do that. I can do that. Let me do that right away.
Yeah.
Let me do that right away, as a matter of fact, Mr. Anas. Did I say Anas?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I was checking out the chat, and yeah, last person who chatted was Anas. I mean, I find myself talking to Anas quite a bit, so my bad. I shall do that.
He's your number one viewer.
He's my number one viewer. He's a mod on the channel as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. All right, Benny, I shall get that inputted for us. What did you say was the code again? CYMB?
FB.
FB.
Foxtrot.
Right. Okay, got it, got it. Yep, there we go. That's showing up now, right?
Yep.
Brilliant. Very nice. We're having fun here hanging out with Benny. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the airport that we just took off from Iqaluit. We technically had a decent landing there. Not the best, but definitely decent. However, we're going to come in with the Sky Dolly available to us, right? And have a bit of fun, yeah?
Have you started Sky Dolly?
No, not just yet. Not just yet.
All right.
So, what else you got in terms of aircraft that you recommend that we purchase, for example, on the channel? There is the Inibil's A350, but here's the thing, right? With the Inibil's A350, I don't know if you've been looking at what a lot of the flight simmers have been saying about the review. In the beginning, it was disappointing. Right?
All right.
In the beginning, it was quite a disappointing aircraft in the fact that it has a very high price tag. Right? Let's not deny it. It has a crazy high price tag. And
All right. How much are we talking?
I think it's about 70 something pounds or something, if I'm not mistaken. That is not a cheap aircraft for, you know what, I can confirm that. I can confirm that right now if we go. Let me just go to Inibil's. Oh, come on, for the love of God. I gotta
Let me check that out for you.
No worries, no
It
worries.
will make your life easier.
All right, sure, you can do that. Thank you.
Inibil's A350, correct?
That's right. Inibil's A350. It goes for a very hefty price, to be honest
Oh
with
yeah,
you.
that's 60 pounds, 59.99 pounds.
60 pounds, that's about
So, yes.
70 something dollars. How much is that?
I believe so. Let me check that.
Please do. Please do. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being on the stream. It's making my life very easy here.
So 59.99 pounds is actually $80.75.
Dear Lord.
Yes.
That's not cool, man. That is way too high of a price.
And
for-
on top of that, it's getting disappointing reviews. That's just sad.
Yeah, it does have disappointing reviews as well. So that is quite not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is not okay. But I have to say, if you go to the Inibil's store, you'll find a lot of aircraft, a lot of aircraft by all sorts of developers. Yeah, that is really cool, man. That is really cool. The one that I'm eyeing right now is the A300-600, A300-600R, which is a very classic airliner. That's really cool that it's available to us. We've got the Live2Air, I believe, Live2Air Cessna Citation, which is also available. We've got the MK2C, which is a fighter jet, which I really need. I'm really looking at buying that one. It's available for 2024 and 2020. It comes in about 25 pounds by Miltech Simulations, and it's pretty good, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. It does seem pretty good.
Does seem pretty good.
And the fighter jets are
A good mix.
are quite a story.
Quite a story indeed.
Yeah.
A good mix. Let's turn into the
I believe
airport.
your most watched videos are of fighter jets.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much all
Yeah.
fighter jets. So yeah, that is something to remember.
And coming to talk of that, have you like planned or recorded a video with the fighter jet recently?
I do have a video
Do you
actually.
intend to do so?
I do have a video that I've already recorded and it's already up in my YouTube studio and stuff. Actually, I'm just waiting to release it.
Oh,
It's an
do we
F-35 flight.
do we get to know where, or is that a surprise?
Well, I can tell you where it is. It's me messing about in Dubai, so that's fun, right? I've got this really cool scenery for Dubai installed from 2020, so it's nice to mess around. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how you guys enjoy that video. But yeah, that is something interesting.
So we've stayed in Dubai together,
Right.
and yes, but is it we know Dubai pretty much.
Yes, we
Is
do.
it like actually the scenery? Is it like accurate? How accurate is it?
The scenery is actually
Any
pretty.
thoughts?
It's pretty well done. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is pretty well done, especially combining 2024 improvements to the map and everything. It looks really good. Like it looks very, very good. I have a couple of
That's
pictures of the
nice.
skyline of Dubai that I used to take from where up at the apartment I used to stay. It had a really good view. It was far away, but it had a really
Yeah.
good view of the skyline. And I have a few pictures I used to take from my balcony, and I gotta say they're very similar to what I was seeing. So it's good stuff. And
That's nice. Yeah.
yeah, the buildings are also high resolution. So
That's good.
it's a pretty good. Well, still good. Still good. Yeah, mate. That is correct. Okay, I think it's time for us to take manual control here and see what we can do. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Let's come in for the second landing, and this time, obviously, I'm gonna have Sky Dolly running. So, you press that record there. Sky Dolly is running, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and disengage the AP here. Let's do that, and we're a little late for that, but no matter. Cut our engines down to throttle here. I mean, cut the throttles down to idle here. You know, in a typical fly the noob fashion here. Well, we did originally have a third member, right? Who has since disappeared. Who has since
He was
disappeared.
the Asian ninja.
Yeah, that's right. He was a little, but unfortunately, he's busy with his own affairs now, I believe.
He used to love cutting the engines.
Yeah.
With flight.
Before we come in for like an approach or something, he's like, "We're going too fast." Oh, I know. Switch off the engines. That's what he used to do every time.
If it was getting boring during cruise, he just switch off the engines.
That's right. If he gets bored while we're flight simming and we're cruising, you'll just cut off the engines on you. That's what he'll do. So you better make sure he's entertained, or else the engines are getting cut down. That's kind of funny. But yeah. Okay, let's see how this one goes. I feel like this one is going to be just fine. This particular landing. I feel like it's going to be just fine. I'm just tuning up the heading here. So yeah, this is it's a pretty nice aircraft, I can't deny. To be honest with you, it's fun flying it, and the engine sounds really nice. Right?
Yeah, it does.
The engine sounds really nice. It's just the only complaint I have is it sounds too similar to the Bonanza. Do they have like similar engines or something? I don't know. But it sounds good, and for a default aircraft, I have to say it does the job. All right. Now, yes, in 2020, it was available for purchase from the marketplace, and I'm sure some of you might have purchased it. I don't know how worth its price it is. If I were to purchase this for like $17, I don't think it's worth it. Considering the options available now, right? Considering the options available now, not that the aircraft itself is bad in any way, just to make that clear. Just if you're into this kind of aircraft from this period, and I think it's a good choice. Yeah. What do you think about that?
So yeah, the Bonanza originally, so the old Bonanza and the new Stationair do have the same engine.
Oh, well, there you go. See?
But the new Bonanza has a different engine.
Right. Now, the one in the simulator, I believe, is the old Bonanza.
And the Stationair is the new one?
This Stationair is the turbo one, if I'm not...
It's the 207, right?
Yeah, it's a 207.
The Stationair 182 is the one which had the older one.
There you go. Now, see, I knew I wasn't making this up. In the last stream, I remarked about this. I'm like, the engine sounds are so similar. They're basically the same engine. There you go. Well, thank you for confirming that. That is very nice. It's great having you on stream to confirm all this stuff. That is cool, man. It's pretty cool. You've got research fingers right there. Very nice.
Another sad fact is that KLM's flight academy uses a Bonanza.
I like that you presented that as if it was a tragedy. Why do you say that's sad?
It's sad. Like a Bonanza to practice.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a friend who's in the US currently, who's going for his student pilot license. I don't know if you're aware of him.
No,
He
I'm
used
not.
to be with us.
I'm not.
Oh,
Are
he
you
was known as the Matador.
El Matador? Huh?
Yeah,
Ah, right. Was he the one? Was he the one with the chick?
yes, he was. I don't think we're allowed to say stuff like that.
We're allowed to say generic stuff that don't identify the people, but I guess I mean lots of people had the chick, right? So
Yeah.
now we know. Now at least I know who you're talking about now. I think I'm not even 100% positive if I'm being honest, because I know a couple of them. So that is interesting. So he's trying to become a pilot.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, honestly, I don't know what he's trying to become. He just had his first solo landing the other day.
Oh,
But
right. Okay.
He has an engineering license as well. Anyways,
Okay.
let's proceed to landing.
Okay, sure. Let's we should have been on sterile cockpit a long time ago, but we're riff-raffing about random crap. Okay, nonetheless, the approach is looking very stable, although we're coming in a little low. That's on purpose here, just to try and get an angle. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
here comes the wobblier parts. Just float down the runway here, nice and gentle. I'm gonna cut the throttle here. Let's find out. And okay. That one was a bit rougher, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was a bit rougher, but I feel
Yes,
like
went pretty high.
it did go pretty
The
high.
negative side. Yeah.
Right, and we forgot to put the RPM on max. Good lord. Good lord, what's to become of me as a pilot? Well, anyway. You know how it is. My parents kind of wanted me to become a pilot. I'm like, nope. That's not for me. That is not for me. And there's one reason why I would never
Here
be a
you
pilot.
are flying every day.
Imagine. In the end, I kind of guess I did become a pilot. Okay, what am I doing here? We need to go take a look at the landing replay. So we just put a pump the
Exactly,
brakes
yeah.
on that. Let's take a look at our landing replay, yeah?
Sure.
Let's see how terrible that was. That's,
Do we have some default views from the Stationair?
Yes, it does have some good views, thankfully.
All right.
There's some great views we can check out. So first, let's go ahead and check out our landing here, which seemed like we landed on all three wheels at the same time. But let's find out. Let's find out here. Once again, the sounds are amazing. There's also the version of this without the cowling on the wheels, the whole cover thing on the wheels for aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Got the cargo
That
variant.
does look horrible, honestly. I understand aerodynamically how it's efficient, but then it's not very appealing to the eye.
The cover on the wheel? You think so?
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, there is the variant. The cargo variant does not have that, and the skydiving variant of this does not have it either. So there is a
That's
skydiving.
interesting.
Yeah, there's a skydiving variant. Oh, and one more thing. The reason why I'm being so wobbly on approach is because I'm not using my joystick at the moment.
You're back on the controller.
I'm using the controller.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was the landing. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best by any means either, right?
Yeah, it wasn't buttered.
It wasn't buttered,
I
but
think the previous landing was a bit better than this.
it was better. But unfortunately, we didn't have a sky dolly on it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a sky dolly on it. So technically, does that mean that I have to try it again, right?
Yeah, it does.
It does. Okay, we're playing it.
And one more thing, you were center aligned, then you somehow went to the left, and then you came back in.
Yeah,
So,
I have that issue these days. I don't know what is going on with me. I think I have to reset my views or something.
no, it's not about the view. I think it's just your eye to aircraft alignment, which is incorrect.
Oh, I mean that's because of the view, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So we came in low here. The reflections on the guard thing look really good, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do.
They look so realistic. I mean, for if you were to see this in like a okay, there's a landing. But if you were to see this in like a second or something, you might be tempted to think this is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
Let's have a. We can have
Even
a couple.
now, honestly, it looks pretty real with the
It does,
with the
right?
views.
It does
Yeah,
look
like
pretty real.
throughout the views. Yeah.
It does look pretty real. We'll have a couple more replays from the outside. Let me go inside and set up some views. I just realized I haven't set up any passenger views. You know what I mean? We need to have a couple of views from the inside of the cabin.
Yeah, sure.
We need to do that. Need to do that, man.
Do we need to check it out in this hard landing, or we keep that up for the next?
I mean, I think we should, right? I think we should.
So you want to see how the passengers suffered?
Yeah, I want to see how the passengers suffered on my particular journey here. So I'm just gonna pause it for a second. Let me go in here. So we're in the cockpit at the moment. Let's go ahead and set up a couple of views to see how the passengers suffered here. Go up here. We can go to the side. So for one of them, we'll go all the way to the back here. Somewhere here. Oh, come on, if it will let me go any more back. There we go. Brilliant. Can I go forward? Yes, I can. Great. So one of the... Okay, that's a bit too... This is better. Okay, so we're going to take this as the view on the right-hand side. And then for the left-hand side, we're going to go to this seat right here.
First row, maybe?
Yeah, this row right here, right? Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the guy's seat? Oh, well, doesn't really make sense, but who the hell cares? We'll put it right here. That's a good view.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go. Okay, now let's have a look at how things went. Let's play that. Let's rewind it. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is good looking, eh? It's not too bad.
Yep. Yep.
You can see the flaps, though. It's kind of interesting. You can see the flaps there. So tell me, what is your favorite aircraft in MSFS? If you had to pick one, and just one.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough question.
Favorite to what? Fly or look at?
We'll make it easier. We'll break that down. How about your favorite airliner?
Again, to fly or to look at?
Oh God, no. You know what I mean. The overall, obviously, not just to look at. So if you had to,
tough.
Oh, fine. Okay, let's make it even easier. Airbus airliners. Which one's your favorite? How about that? In real life and in the simulator.
Airbus, I think I'd go with the A321.
In real life?
In real life and in the simulator.
Oh damn! It wasn't too bad from the passenger's view either, huh?
It wasn't, yeah.
Okay,
but
so
it could have been a smoother landing, smoother touchdown.
Yeah, I guess so. So you'd go with the A321?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I find that so fascinating because I've never been a fan
Even though the simulator itself, it's not like modeled very well.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a beautiful aircraft. It's a smaller variant of the airliners, and it's really nice to fly.
I see.
I don't know if you've actually flown it in real life, but it's really fun to fly, especially the Sharklets variant, which is the newer A321.
I've never flown an A321.
There are two types. Oh. Well, there are two types. One's the Sharklets, which has shark fins on the...
Yeah.
Are they called fins? The thing you see on the top of a shark? No, it's a type of a winglet, the Sharklet.
Yeah. They're called fins. They're called fins, basically.
All right. Yeah, so it's like that. And do you know what they're used for, though? Do you know what their use is?
Yeah, they prevent drag by preventing the vortex from completing.
By reducing the vortex, exactly. Yeah, reducing the vortices.
That's right.
And it also decreases turbulence
Correct.
through that. Yeah.
Correct.
I would love to see some winglets on a Cessna someday.
Wait. Wait, hold on. I'm not saying it has winglets, but do you see the curve at the end? Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so that could be classed as some sort of vortex cancelling action right there by Cessna. I don't know.
I don't really think it
I don't really think so either. I'm just spewing a bunch of crap at this point. I don't think it does either. But that is pretty cool that you find the A321 out of all the airliners for Airbus, because for me it is hands down either the A330 or the A340.
But the A340 is a horrible design in the flight simulator.
Well, in the flight sim, it's not even there. I don't think it's there for 2024. I mean, it's only there in X-Plane that you find a very good A340, by the way. In X-Plane, there's a very good A340.
No, but we're talking about MSFS here, right? Or
I was talking about
X-Plane as well.
Sorry, I was talking about everything. I mean, it's not like we have much experience in X-Plane anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty new to X-Plane, so I just know from all the Q8 pilot videos I've watched that the A340 is really good. I've seen it and it's freaking amazing. But
my favorite aircraft, I have flown quite a lot of A340 in real life, and it's really fun. Yeah, it is really, the thrust on that thing when it's taking off is insane. It puts you back like a sports car.
But Tesla. Funnily enough, isn't it one of the aircrafts which have complaints of having not enough thrust once in air?
Yes, but I don't know what it is. It's like I'm an aerospace engineer myself, but I can't really point out what it is with the A340 that really pushes you back when it's taking off. Because I believe it doesn't really need 4 engines. They just put 4 engines for God knows what. Like, I mean, it doesn't need 4 engines.
Are you sure about that? It doesn't. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm like 100% sure. Maybe in the time it was made, it would have needed those 4 engines because better engines weren't available.
Yeah, no, obviously that's exactly my point.
Yeah,
that's exactly my point.
But then, the reason I also read the reason they put 4 engines is because passengers would be more awed or in awe of it if it had more engines. So I don't know if it's true, but I've read it.
I don't really know much about it except that it tends to be slightly underpowered while in flight, and obviously
obviously now they have upgraded the engines. They're not using the same engines they were like 30 years ago. So.
Yeah, true, but who even flies the A340 anymore? Very few airlines even keep it operational.
Very few airlines. I believe there's an airline in Iran which flies it.
Are you talking about Sahara or something?
No, it's called Mahan Air.
Yes, Mahan Air. I keep confusing that name with Sahara for some reason.
And then there's a few in Africa, I think.
Yes, there is.
Maybe Ethiopia flies it.
I think Ugandan Airlines has an A340, if I'm not mistaken. They still have it. A340 is one of those. I have to say though, that thing is disgustingly long. It is unusually
It's shorter than an A350, isn't it?
The A350, even though it's the A350 1000 is really long. But it still has some sort of coherence to the entire thing. But A340 just looks like it's gonna break, you know?
You see, that's what you don't understand about that aircraft. Coming to think of it, it's not that old. Like, it is old, yes, but it's not that old that it would require 4 engines.
All right, okay.
Because at the time there were aircraft with dual engines which weren't much shorter, you know.
Right. But how much? Okay, how many passengers does the thing carry?
Let me look it up. There's only one variant of the A340, right? The 400.
No. There's it's A340-600. If I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, 600. Yeah, sorry.
If I'm not mistaken.
It has the 300, the 500. It has quite a lot of variants. and
Oh,
it seats usually 359 people.
did you say 300 and something?
Yeah, 359.
359.
Yeah. See, it was introduced in March 1993. So
93.
I
Oh,
mean,
93
yeah,
is now
it's
about 30 years old, right?
yeah, it's like just 32 years old. It's not that old at all.
When
If
was
it
the
was
777 introduced? If I'm not wrong, 777 was before it, wasn't it?
if it was, that's really sad. Let me just check that up, confirm it for you.
I believe the first 777 did take flight in the 90s. I know that. It's just a question of which 90s.
The first flight for the A340 was in 91.
Okay, and for the 777?
The 777 was 94, but it was introduced in 1995.
Okay,
which is,
so
again, 30 years.
yeah, I mean, considering
A340 is 32 years.
in all honesty, that is abysmal for the A340. That is terrible. That is.
They did not need 4 engines.
No, they did not. I see
They
it.
just put it up because they thought the passengers would fly it because 4 is better than 2.
I believe 90s were that period where ETOPS and stuff was getting more popular.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, the 777 really did revolution. That word is revolutionize.
Revolutionize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my words are mushing up in my mouth, but you get my point. Yeah. So it really did change a lot with aviation. But it's interesting. The A340, I really did think it was slightly older than that.
It is my favorite aircraft to fly in, though. That's for sure.
My favorite is
obviously
hands down 777.
in real life.
Yeah, in real life and in the simulator.
Not the Dreamliner. Not the Dreamliner.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why not?
See, when you're in a 777, let me tell you something. I've traveled in a 777 a lot. Most of my air travels, I don't travel a lot, to be honest, but most of my air travels have been in a 777. And
Yeah, same.
it's just the most comfortable aircraft. What I mean by that is your ears, like, I never have any issue. No headaches, no ears popping, no excessive tiredness. When I'm in a 777, I can forget that I'm in an aircraft, but it does not happen with any other aircraft. If I'm like sitting in an A320, God, oh my goodness.
No, but an A320 was never based on comfort,
I understand that. I get
What
that.
type of airlines buy an A320?
Yeah, I get it. I
You
get
have
it.
Spirit, you have Ryanair.
Yeah.
You
No,
really
whoa.
think they care about your
Ryanair does not operate A320s. They only operate the 737.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. But my point is, like, low-cost carriers are usually going for the A320.
Right.
Oh,
right.
EM just texted.
Do you want to try
He's like-
A380?
Yeah.
What do you mean by trying A380? Are you talking about real life or like trying it in the sim to land it? Which one are you talking
I
about
think
here?
he's probably talking about the simulator.
Are you talking about the simulator or are you talking about me trying it in real life? Because I've never flown on an A380. I've never flown on an A380. I don't even think
I've
I'll
been
be.
inside one.
Oh, right. Yeah, because you probably went to the workshops and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Workshops, and we also had a few air shows in Dubai.
Right.
Yeah.
So which
There's
one are you
actually
talking
one
about?
this November, I
EM?
believe.
Sorry?
There's an air show this November, I believe.
Oh, damn. Oh, EM is
Yeah.
talking about flight sim, man. He's talking about flight sim. You are right. Do you want to try an A380? Do you want me to try and land it? Is that what you're talking about?
I think he just means full flight, like.
Oh, a full flight. See, here's the thing with the A380 full flying. I had a flight planned and everything. The thing is, it takes so damn long to complete it because I had a flight from Sydney to Doha planned. That was way too long. Since EM has brought up the issue of the A380, I think it's a good idea. We've never had a video of the A380 in the channel at all. I think I could try and fly one in the next live. Not the next live maybe, but in the live after that I could try and fly the A380. What do you think about that, Ian? In terms of videos, airliner videos, I'm gonna go for A310 next. Is that right, Benny? That is what I'm doing, right?
I believe so, yes.
That is what I'm doing.
planned.
A310 for the next airliner video or whatever it is. For fighter, I'm trying to move on to something different from the F-35. We'll take a look at that. I've got a couple of nice, interesting videos planned here as well. There's a nice landing video coming up. Qatar to London.
That's a good route.
It is a great route, but on live stream, that's gonna kill me, man.
But you do have the option of fast forward, right?
Yeah, I could fast forward through, but even with the fast forward, that's a good 3 hours. That's a good.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do it if Benny decides to join us, right? If Benny decides to join us, I'll do it. EM. Then we can do it because we can keep ourselves entertained for a little bit. Let's make that turning. Should we make that turning?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of. I'll let it run out just a little bit longer and then we'll make the turning. Abu Dhabi to London. I love Abu Dhabi to London. I love that idea. There's a really good Abu Dhabi scenery available for 2020 by Inibills. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in 2024. If it wasn't for that, I would have got my hands on that.
It's the new terminal. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gotten my hands on that and would have had a great Etihad A380 flight from Abu Dhabi to London. That sounds...
I did reach out to Inibuild support and they said they will roll out the 2024 version soon, but it hasn't been decided when.
Oh, okay. So there's something there.
Just wait and hold on.
Yeah,
have some patience.
As soon as the 2024... Okay, here's the other thing though. I can only fly the A380 in 2020 at the moment.
Oh, so that's fine.
Yeah, so I mean, doesn't really make much
It's not there on
difference.
2024 yet?
It is there, but a lot of people have issues with it, and I'm one of them. I have the bug where none of the labels are present. So all the labels from the cockpit just disappear.
All right.
Yeah, so it looks kind of funny.
You might
but
want to make the turn in now.
Yeah, making the turn in right now.
All right.
Making the turn in right now. So yeah, EM, I think those are excellent suggestions. And you know what? I'm also going to give it a shot at the cinematic video. I did make one cinematic, but I'm going to give it another shot. I think it could work really well for those long flights. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely giving that a shot. What did EM say? Shorter one from Abu Dhabi to Singapore. That's just 3 or 5 or maybe a bit more. Yeah. Abu Dhabi to Singapore. Okay, that sounds good as well. I like it. These are some great suggestions, EM. There's some great suggestions indeed. Those are some great suggestions indeed, mate. That's fun. Okay.
Last time I was on the channel in a live stream,
Right.
there was a guy called Max Plains.
Oh, from Denmark.
Yes.
Max
He
Plains
used to
from
be there
Denmark.
every live.
Yeah.
Religiously. Yeah. And he was quite... I think EM is a similar type of viewer you have now.
Yeah,
Was
Max
always
Plains. I remember Max Plains. Yeah, I appreciated the viewership. I do appreciate your viewership too, EM here. Very, 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 very nice of you to keep tuning in. But I wonder what happened to Max Plains. I think we lost him with all the name changes and stuff. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't even think it's a name change. I think he just went.
Yeah, some people just delete their YouTube accounts or Gmails and
Yeah, I guess.
maybe don't get it back.
I need to go check if Max Plains is still around and shoot him a hello.
I mean, I
somehow.
think EM he said it in a while in a like live stream or a video a while back that he also lost his previous account.
Yeah, that's right. And he had to come back with EM 2.0. Is that right? Is that right?
Sounds like a Terminator.
Yeah, it does.
EM is a Terminator.
No, EM, no need to be sorry. I mean, we always welcome ideas on this channel, and I'll be happy to get around to doing one of these just for you. So always welcome that. Always welcome suggestions. Always.
We did have a few suggestions for Russian flights as well.
We did. The problem is I can't find any.
I
I can't find any star handcrafted airports. We're a little high here today, so I'm gonna take not today, this time around. So I'm gonna take control here. Auto, pilot disengage, throttle cut, so we can descend a little bit. All right.
All right.
because we're a little bit high here. Not too much, to be honest.
Can you
But
check your fuel mixture and RPM, please?
oh, that is a good point. RPM up, and let me switch to the second tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's switch to the second tank here. There we go. Let me put the throttle on idle so we can configure ourselves for landing. To be honest, this aircraft it's quite beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty little thing. It's fun to fly. You just need to get used
I mean,
to
it's
it.
not the developer's fault that Cessna just decided to make it look ugly.
It's not, of course. I mean, it is. Its angle is
did a nice
weird.
job replicating it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a beautifully done. Who's the developer for this? I wonder who the developer is. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I believe you can find out if you go to the profile in the aircraft section.
Really? What do you mean in the aircraft section? In
Yeah.
the tablet?
No, outside the simulator.
Oh,
no,
as in the
later.
main menu.
Yeah, main
well,
menu.
unfortunately, I can't do that now, can I?
Yeah.
Can't do that now. Okay, we're slowing down quite nicely here. Can drop our flaps. Position 1. There we go. Nice and easy. Maybe give it a little bit of throttle there. Open it up to 50%. Keep it going gentle. Breezy here. Very nice, eh? Let me drop the flaps
Yep.
one more. 20% here. Yeah, that is much better.
Oh yeah, so I just looked it up. It's by Carenado.
Carenado makes excellent aircraft. Carenado makes those aircrafts which are not exactly the most study level, detailed, whatever, but they make aircrafts where it's honestly very, very brilliantly modeled. The textures are great and the systems are mostly working and the aircraft behaves really well, as in realistically as well, but at the same time accessible to the general public, not crazy prices. That's
Yeah.
generally what they do, if I'm not mistaken. And Carenado aircraft generally are pretty good. Not always study level, but pretty good. And if I'm not wrong, the Bonanza that I was saying sounds exactly like this aircraft is also developed by Carenado. So there it is. Right?
Let me check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. You can double check that for me. Okay, let me go ahead and turn on our sky dolly again. Nearly forgot. Okay, this one has to be a butter. It has to be a butter. Come on. If I don't butter this, then we'll at least
Yeah,
have
the
to change.
F-33A is developed by Carenado.
Yeah, so is the V-35B. So these two aircraft, which are very, very similar, and the V-35B comes included in MSFS 2024, by the way. They are both developed by Carenado. The F-33A was selling like hotcakes a few weeks ago, about 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when it released. It was selling like hotcakes. Everybody is buying it, but I refrained. I did want to buy it, but I didn't buy it because it's so similar
It's basically
to
the same aircraft.
yeah, it's so similar to the V-tail V-35B. It even has the same bugs. Like the thing has the same bugs. I made a video about it a little bit. It has the same bugs as the V-35B. So I'm like, there's no point. I could spend that money elsewhere, buy another aircraft, maybe a jet from Flying Iron.
Yeah, Flying Iron has amazing jets.
Flying Iron is awesome. Okay, so we're coming in a little high here today. This thing has no poppy lights, so that's interesting. It's a beautiful looking place though, isn't it?
Yep.
So
It does have ILS, so it's weird that it doesn't have puppy lights.
Oh, I never fly properly light planes like this. Always something happens. To fly planes like this, you need to feel aircraft at least on 80% to know what it wants from you during flight. You're very right, EM. They are flying these kind of aircrafts, the GA aircraft in general. It's not the same like flying airliners, You really need to have a feel for the aircraft. So I agree with you there. That is absolutely accurate.
And he's also right that sometimes this aircrafts like these have a mind of their own.
They do
They
have.
don't listen to you.
No, like at certain speeds they decide, okay, that's enough. I'm gonna go this way now, So
Yep.
it does do that from time to time, but yeah. Okay,
Alright, let's butter it.
we're dropping like a rock for some reason right there. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Descending slowly. Cutting the throttle. Okay. Oh, come on. We touched down so well and the nose wheel had to bounce. Oh my gosh. We touched down really well and then the nose wheel decided, nope, you know what? It's because I'm using the bloody controller. I only have oh my gosh, I'm just being stupid now. Okay, let me just park it real quick and let's have a look at the landing replay, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Let's pump the brakes here. Okay, the runway is massive, and especially for an aircraft like this, we don't need to turn around at all. So let's go outside. Let's take a look at our landing replay here. It is late in Iqaluit, and the sun is still out, man. Sun is still out. Let's have a look at our landing replay. Oh, the fact that I bounced that is kinda, that's sad, man. Okay, let's play that. Let's see what our landing looked like. Let's have a look what the landing looked like. We've been streaming for about 1 hour 20, but this feels very enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. It's nice to have interaction and speaking. It's really cool. So I appreciate you tuning into the stream, Mr. Benny. I'm gonna bother you a little bit more now to tune into my streams. Yeah. Perhaps we could do one later where you are the co-pilot and we could jump in an aircraft and perform our route. What do you say to that?
Yeah, sure. I'm available.
Sounds fun to me, man. Sounds fun to me. Okay, look at right now we're looking great. And then we touch down, butter. The nose decides, nope, I'm gonna do a little bouncy there. But yeah, but that essentially
this can be considered butter, I guess.
It is technically butter, so
yeah,
it is a butter. Let's have a look at what views we have available. And somebody is hooting the crap out of the road behind me. Let's take a look at what it looked like from this view, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Let's take a look at that. Okay, this is the belly view that Swasti likes a lot. She's not on the stream at the moment. There we go. She was in my earlier stream though. She was the only one who was in my earlier stream. That was cool. Okay, let's have a look. I never understand on which speed makes flap full, for example. In this aircraft, it's written right next to the flaps, EM. So you'll be easily able to tell which speed. And in most airliners, they always give you the warning or the red bar on the speed, so you know when to drop your flaps. And after a while, okay, that was butter, and then we got a little bit of a bounce there. Okay. It's not too bad though. So yeah, on the airliner, you know, after a while you don't even need them. You get to learn. But most aircrafts, they have them written on a little panel inside the cockpit. Isn't that right?
Yeah, on the airliner, you also have it on the FMC. Apart from it, like right being there at your face.
Yeah, it's there on the primary flight display. Is my point.
Yeah, also on the computer, the flight management computer.
Is it actually on the computer?
When you're setting up. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I think you're talking about reference speeds. It doesn't tell you the flap speeds.
Are there, but doesn't it? When you're choosing the flap positions,
no.
Doesn't it say the flap speed? No?
No, it doesn't tell you the flap speeds. Like it doesn't tell you the maximum extension speed and stuff like that. But there's always a little plaque somewhere in almost every aircraft. There's some indication as to when you shouldn't and shouldn't. So yeah. In this aircraft, it's written right next to the flap setting. That is a well-modeled aircraft. Very interesting. And if I notice now, the front also looks like a Bonanza. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. This is miles better than what I was doing in the last live stream, so I did deliver on my promise, eh?
Yes,
I really did. Okay, let's check out the passenger views now. Let's have a little bit of a look. What did little Timmy see when he came into land? Oh, did Timmy lose his biscuits? Did Timmy soil his pants? Let's find out. Let's find out. I have no idea how my Twitch is doing. I don't think there's a lot of people watching on Twitch. I don't even think there's anybody watching on Twitch at the moment. Let me have a look. Is anybody watching? Is anybody watching? I don't think so. I don't think nobody's watching. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I think Twitch has its own own fan base, which you have to figure out from Twitch itself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. And there's not a lot of people watching Flight Sim on Twitch anyway.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Doesn't Jonathan Beckett stream on Twitch?
no, he does not. Oz Flight Simmer does Twitch. Chewy94 does Twitch. A lot of Flight Simmers do Twitch. It's just, you know.
It doesn't really catch on with the new ones, I guess.
No, it doesn't. You gotta have a serious following to make that happen, apparently. And as you know, my army of 400 subscribers is not enough. And barely, I mean, many of the 400 don't even watch the stuff. I mean, a few of them do, which I'm grateful for. But, ooh, look at the view there. That is really nice. The town of Iqaluit.
Yeah.
What do you say, EM, but not on Twitch? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you said before that. But not on Twitch, okay? Yeah, you watch on YouTube, right? I'm pretty sure I can see that you're watching on YouTube. Yeah. You should check out my Twitch channel, EM, if you don't mind. You should check out my Twitch channel and give me a follow there if you don't mind. You get my point? Have a look at it. Have a look at it. Have a look at Twitch if you don't mind. Give me a follow if you use it at all. But yeah, I need to drum up some followers on. I mean, first of all, I need followers on YouTube. Let me know. Twitch can take care of itself. So, yeah, you watch me, but not on Twitch. Yeah, got it. My 4K stream is obviously only available on YouTube. And if you notice that, wait, let's go back there for a bit. Do you see how the nose bounced there? So look at that. We came into land.
Yeah.
The initial touchdown was smooth. There we go. And then the nose decided boom, boom. There we go. That wasn't too bad at all. That wasn't too bad at all, right?
Yep.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of redemption right there for Mr. Fly the Noob, aka myself, on nailing that landing finally. Let's check this out. There's this thing I can do with the drone camera that I want to try it out. Let's see if that works with the landing replay. How about that?
All right.
So it depends where we land. We land about... I need to pause where we land. So we land there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down here. Going to zoom in here to it a little bit. Actually, let me go to the drone camera. Let's see if this works. So zoom level up. Okay, that's a little too much, but I'm going to go behind a little bit. Okay, then we're going to say drone follow mode off. YouTube better platform even without any things like monetizing and another, I think. It depends. Twitch is basically for streaming and streaming only, and to be honest with you, it does have its advantages when it comes to streaming. YouTube is in general, yes, better. Because it has a mix of videos and streaming and whatever, but I believe Twitch is slightly better for streaming. The only disadvantage being obviously that.
But I also believe that in Twitch you get monetized pretty easily compared to YouTube.
Okay, so that is another advantage for Twitch then. But the thing is that on Twitch you only have 1080, right? If I'm not completely mistaken.
Yeah, that's there.
But wait, hold on. I know what's going on here. Give me a second. I know why this thing is behaving like this. It's because the rotation speed needs to go up. Oh no, it's not the rotation speed. My bad. So basically, I just wanted to see the. Okay, that does not work for us. Let me go behind. Let me get ourselves a little behind here, and then I'll go up on the zoom. Maybe that'll do it. Let's try that. Let us try that, ladies and gentlemen. We rewind it. Come on. Okay, that is not exactly what I want the drone camera to be doing here. But for some reason,
I think you increase the speed a bit too much.
I don't know what's going on. But there's a view that I can set up like this. But unfortunately, when I try to set it up, it never comes out right. But essentially, it's a flyby mode like this where you can see the landing. But as you can tell, the drone is too quick. I don't know what it's following at the moment. But yeah. I'm gonna learn how to do this properly, and I shall try this later, obviously. So let me just reset the position right there. And external. Okay. So we essentially landed, we set out what we were supposed to do. Didn't we? Didn't we pretty much set out what we were supposed to do?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna open up the throttles here.
Go on to park now?
Go on to park. If I can get this thing moving, that is. Oh, for the love of God, look at it. Parking brake off. Open up the throttles. Come on, move along, little bird. Why isn't it moving now? Has it decided to go on El Frizzo? Oh, there it is. Now it's moving. Now it's moving. Great. So let's move our little bird into the parking. Let's clean up the flaps here. Everything else is fine. Cowl flap is closed. Our strobe lights and landing lights can come off now. Taxi lights can remain on as we come into taxi, obviously. Oh God, what am I doing here? There we go. Brilliant. Brilliant. Very, very nice. What did he say? We will lose you again if you go to Twitch. We will lose you again if you go to Twitch. Don't worry about it, EM. I'm not removing. Whether I'll only be doing simultaneous streaming. So I'm not going to stream only on Twitch. That's not going to happen. So don't worry about that. All right. So my primary streaming is always going to be YouTube. So you'll always find me on YouTube and Twitch. So it's going to be both now, EM. So don't worry about that. You'll always find me on YouTube. The videos are going to be on YouTube. The stream is going to be on YouTube all the time. So yeah. So how did you enjoy today's little flight, Benny? How was that for you?
It's pretty fun. It was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun, and we were doing such mundane stuff, and it was pretty fun. I have a great idea that just came into my head, and I think that's what we're going to be doing tonight, mate.
Which is?
I think that should be we're going to EM. Here's what I'll be doing as well today. We're going to be performing landing. We're going to perform a full route with an airliner, but we're going to do it in extreme weather. So we're going to be doing a stormy landing. All right?
All
so
right.
it's going to be real fun here. How on earth do they expect us to see out of this freaking nose, man? Okay, well, this is supposed to go to the hangar. You know what? I'm just going to park in front of the hangar and hope somebody opens the door. So I'm just going to park ourselves right in front of the hangar here. Hello, open up, mate. So we'll just we'll leave it right here. There we go.
If you try going through, it's gonna crash, right?
It's probably gonna crash. Yeah, it's probably gonna crash.
You still want to try?
The problem is if it crashes, it's gonna put us back in the air. So I wanna cut off the engines at this point. So you can pull the fuel mixture, and that will cut off the engines. Put that to off. We can turn avionics master off as well. All the lights pretty much can come off. Pitot heats can come off. Flaps are up already. Excellent. Fuel selector can go to off here, and we can turn off our lights there as well. Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Or should I say EM and Benny. Pretty much the two people who are just on the stream at this point. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that flight. That was really, really fun. And we can tell that the cargo jet is still here, the 767.
Yep.
The less successful. I mean, is the 767 was fairly successful though, right?
Yeah, I guess it was.
It was fairly successful, but it's kind of pointless compared to the 777, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Is it a wide body jet? Well, this one is a empty one, but
Sort of.
yeah, I guess it's a. Is it a single aisle or double aisle? I guess it's double aisle. I've never flown.
Yeah,
No,
definitely double
that's
aisle.
not correct. I have flown a 767 multiple times, so yeah, that's double aisle. This EM, you are asking about the 208. This is the 208B. This right here is the Cessna Grand Caravan, the 208B. You see that? This is it right here. This, mate, is the Grand Caravan Cessna. Okay. Brilliant. Good. Nice that. Oh, there it is, Grand Caravan. The C208B. Is that, am I right? Sorry, again.
Yes.
Benny, in saying that?
Yeah, I identify as honest now. I guess.
Oh, okay, cool. So this, I believe, is a Learjet or something like that. What is this thing? It's a Learjet? This is a Learjet.
I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome back to Iqaluit. Hope you enjoyed that little exercise of landing our Stationair over and over. And I must say, by now I'm pretty good at it now. I guess so, right? I can fly the Stationair quite well now, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So there we go. That was a little fun exercise for us to do on live stream. The next live stream is I'm actually going to live stream again today, probably, because I'm just in the mood for live streaming for some reason. I might just end up doing another live stream today. Why the hell not?
All right.
And I'm gonna drag Benny here with us to join me once again
lovely
on
to be
today's. Yeah. And today on the next flight, you're gonna be performing co-pilot PNF duties for me.
Interesting.
Yes, you'll be performing
Let's see how
PNF
that goes.
as we fly into the storm. So that's gonna be fun. Okay. With that, EM, thank you so much for tuning in, mate. Did anyone else tune into our chat today? Let me thank... no, it was just Anas. Oh, hello, Anas. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Anas. And thank you very much, EM, for tuning in. And Benny, thank you once again for being a part of this stream here, helping me to,
No problemo.
Yeah, you've helped out. Great flight today, says Anas. Thank you very much, Anas, and I hope you don't mind me calling Benny Anas like a million times today, but anyway. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all three of you and anyone else who was watching who did not chime into the chat. Thank you so much for your viewership, and keep flying indeed, EM. Yes, yes, yes. Indeed, we shall keep flying. And yeah, hope you subscribe. Hope you become part of the little Fly the Noob club here. So I'll catch you in the next stream, which should be today. And please be sure to check out my videos as well. There should be a short, so something coming up within the next 24 hours. Something going on my channel all the time. So go there and check it all out. And I'll catch you today in the next stream. More than likely, 95% sure I'll have another stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I shall see ya in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.